Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne and welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So today I want to talk about the roadmap that Mavia recently released, because now we know what's going to happen all the way up until January. There was actually a bit of a code that you had to decipher in January, so I'll cover that with you guys too in case you didn't see it. But I'm going to go over their tweet because they kind of combined all of this with the roadmap when they launched the web marketplace. So I want to go through Twitter first and the content they posted, and then we'll dive into the roadmap and I'll give you guys some of my insights on that. So without further ado, let's jump right in.
I want to play.
Okay, so we already know the web marketplace happened this month, but it's just the early community phase. We don't have the Mavia token integration right now. There was a couple things that they did do though. There's some bonuses going on. They're going to give out some Ruby to people who do successful transactions. There's also some additional bonus Ruby for Ruby battles going on with the new underdog favorite system. But in October, they talk about how a new hero is emerging, and it's the Warlord. He is my favorite hero. He always has been since the very first concept arts that I've seen. I'm very excited to know that he's coming into the game. I think he's definitely going to change up strategies a lot. Introducing another hero really changed the dynamics of attacking and defending. So I think this is awesome that we're finally going to get our second hero. Whether or not it's in early October, mid or end, we don't know. We just know that it's coming next month. There is something else next month that they didn't mention though, but we'll cover that when we look in the roadmap. In my opinion, it's the most important thing out of all of it. But then they talk about in November, it's the expected launch of the Mavia token integration to the web marketplace, the Ruby exchange. So basically they're saying, hey, we got to get the Ruby marketplace, the web marketplace, test it fully first. And then in November, we're going to have the integration of the Mavia token. That's really what turns on the earnings, right? That's what really allows everything to start functioning. And they're talking about how there's also going to be an ice bomb, which is interesting, where it freezes your enemies in place temporarily while your defenses continue to eliminate them. So I think this is pretty cool. I love the addition of more traps. It makes base building way more exciting and interesting because you don't know the placement of them. So that's really what we have to look forward to in November. Then this is a big one. So in December, we're getting HQ9. I did not expect this to come. I thought it was going to be pushed out a little further, but there is a lot of us that are either fully maxed or almost close to max. So it's definitely a welcome surprise. I'm really excited for this. Back in the old beta, a lot of us initial participants, we got to test HQ8 even before it got released officially. None of us have ever gotten to test HQ9. So this is going to be completely new for everyone, even people who were involved with Mavia years ago in the beta test. They're also talking about how there's going to be a new NFT crafting feature, something that's never been done before. And the marketplace will gain an add-on feature, which is the arbitrage tool, which gives visual indicators to help you facilitate great trades quickly. This is awesome, but in my opinion, the most important thing, well, you could argue the Mavia token integration is probably the most important thing, but for people like me who own land and a lot of other landowners, they didn't even mention the land integration in any of this tweet. However, when you take a look at the roadmap, so we can see we're going to start here in September. So they're talking about how the Ruby marketplace is available. Yep. The Belga consumables will be rewarded to players. We're still waiting on that. There's going to be a mint of new consumables. We're waiting on that as well. The Ruby marketplace opening giveaway, that's going on currently. New Ruby battle maps added every week. I can already see that there's new maps in there. And it looks like they did take some player-based maps, which is really cool. So I think this is going to help with them consistently adding new maps. So it's going to be easier. And then they talked about the new underdog favorite formula to make the game fairer for everyone. But take a look at October. So it talks about how the Ruby marketplace will feature a completely new UI, with many new indicators and information for traders. This marks an important phase for the introduction of the Mavia token into the marketplace. The hero Warlord is coming, and this is the thing I've referenced a couple times, Mavia land NFT integration. Now I'm kind of curious, guys, why do you think they didn't even talk about this in the tweet? It's arguably the most expected and important thing for a lot of people in the community. We've been holding lands for 3 years now. A long time. We're very excited for this, but it didn't even get mentioned in the tweet. only shows up here on the roadmap. I wonder if there's something clever going on there, or maybe they're planning to release more information soon. But I did find it interesting that they mentioned the Warlord and they didn't mention land integration, although we do see it here on October. So to me, that's what I'm most excited about. You know, obviously in November, we're getting the integration of the Mavia token, so that's going to be massive. So it seems like everything's really kind of lining up here. I think the only thing that's missing from this is Alliance Wars, which seems like, unfortunately, we're not going to get it until the new year, but at least everything else will be in place. They also talk about how in November, there's going to be that new NFT mint, the Ice Bomb Trap, and then in December, we're going to get HQ Level 9, the new crafting NFT feature, and then the arbitrage tool. Now, if you look at January, you might kind of look at this and not, you know, skip past it and think it's just kind of gibberish. But actually, if you take it over to ChatGPT or another AI and you get it to use different ciphers, what it's saying is, I'm just going to quote it here. "You didn't think we'd stop at one game, did you? Ruby is about to blow up." What do they even mean? I mean, clearly it sounds like they're releasing another game. Is it in the Mavia universe? Is it on a different platform? Is it a minigame? Is it a completely new genre? Nobody knows the answers to that. All we know is there's some other game potentially being announced in January that's obviously going to be tied to Ruby. Some people have split feelings about this. Some people think that's really amazing. I'm actually kind of excited about it, but I do understand some other people are concerned because there's so much more they feel Mavia has to get implemented and brought to place first. Why are we spending time on another game? But honestly, we get through this roadmap, guys. The only thing we're missing is Alliance Wars, and we have all the key components in place to really push this game, get the marketing out there, start gaining the player base, develop esports. We have all the tokens that haven't even been used at all for community and the ecosystem yet. So this is awesome. And thank you so much to Mavia for putting this together for us, because the not knowing is kind of what's hard in the community. But when we have a roadmap like this, even if we don't have exact dates, now we've got something to look for. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. Definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And of course, thank you so much for being subscribed to the channel. It makes a big difference. Do me a favor and smash that like button, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Cheers.